Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen of the media. We are proceeding with the next match that we're previewing, that is JDR Stars, who will be coming up against Hungry Lions, and they will be playing that fixture at the Giants Stadium, joined by the home team coach, Mr. Nditsheni Nemasisi, representing JDR, and yeah, just to preview that fixture. Coach, before we start with Nedbank matters, do you have anything that you want to address? So that we get it out of the way.
No,
you don't have anything outside of Nedbank Cup?
Not really.
Okay, sure.
Go ahead, babe.
Okay. Yeah, but looking at that match, obviously, you play an opposition that you will be familiar with because you play in the same league, but you know it's a different ball game, Nedbank Cup. What are your thoughts heading into that week?
Thank you for having me, and good afternoon to. Thank you for having me. Good afternoon to the guys on the floor, the guys that we respect a lot, who do a lot for football. It is an interesting game for us. Not going to be an easy one. We know the Hungry Lions very well. They know us, and lately they are really punishing us. I don't know how, but it's something that we'll keep trying to rectify. If you go back to our history with Hungry Lions, when we got promoted in Cape Town, we beat them 3-0. And in this league, we only beat them once, and they've beaten us 3 times. So it's going to be a tough one for us.
Thank you, Coach. Let's take questions from the floor. Just by a show of hands. Let's start with Karabo.
Good afternoon, Coach.
Good afternoon.
What's the expectations from the chairman? I'm joking. I'm joking, Coach. But does it make it a bit more easier that you play the same league? You've spoken about the history between the 2 clubs, but it doesn't make it a bit more easier that you know them in regards to planning up against them?
I would have wished for a different opponent in a different league, either DSTV or lower league, for the simple reason that just in a month's time we're playing them again, you know, in a very important game for us, which is a league. So this game makes it a bit difficult for us in terms of approaching the league game away. You know, repeating opponents in a space of a month, it's always going to be a challenge. But again, we know each other. I know what they're bringing, but this league this cup must give us opportunity to learn, especially against DSTV teams. I would have preferred one in the DSTV.
Thank you, Coach. Temba. Is there someone else at the back? Okay, let's go to Yolulu and then we'll come.
Coach, your question is from Africa. You say you know your opponents pretty well, Coach. What about them have you learned in your encounters against them so far? And how are you hoping that will help you progress so you can hopefully get a chance to play those DSTV Premiership sides?
I think I've been very close to the coach, chairman of Hungry Lions, and I think when he came in, I gave him some pointers of this league, and he's using them very well, and even against me. So I need to now start looking at him as maybe, or looking at ourselves as underdogs when it comes to him, because he's mastered beating us. He waits for us a lot. He knows we are a playing team, so he relies a lot on counter-attacks when he plays JDR. Maybe we need to change a bit. Maybe we should wait for him. You know? At best, we'll play 0-0 then, if that happens and he doesn't come at us. But I think interesting game for both teams. And sitting where I'm sitting, I can't predict the score on Saturday, but I know it's going to be an interesting game.
Temba
Shabalala, Joseph from Sports. You've answered part of my question with preference in terms of the DSTV Premiership teams and lower level clubs. I mean, but just to add to that, the financial part that comes with the Nedbank is that every step brings you a little bit more. Just take us through not even your finances as a club, but winning the Nedbank Cup. We've seen it has happened before that a team from the lower division has done that. Financially, how much is it of a benefit for you? If you can ask the chairman as well, as a club, that you go and progress as much as possible here, looking at the financial benefit that comes with it, and at your own finances, the expenditure, daily expenditure that comes with running a team. Just take us through those struggles and the good that comes with you being where you are now.
No, of course, it's a struggle for teams in our division in terms of finances. Everyone wish to be in the DSTV, where you'll have access to more TV, where you can market your brand much better, and playing this type of tournaments that have financial benefits also assist. But I think most of us are caught in between the balance that you need to achieve when it comes to that tournament and the league. Because believe you me guys, it's a jungle, no one wants to be here. All 16 teams, even the one on number last, they wish to be promoted come May. So we've got that balance that you'd want to achieve. Going all out, I don't think it's the ultimate goal, but we'll give it our best. We'll play every game professionally and with our best team, and hoping to progress a bit further, where at least the financial aspect is it's much improved. Maybe a top 4 finish, but if it comes, we'll push to be in the final if it allows. You know, sometimes you are lucky with the draw, and you get teams that are a bit easier to play against, and you find yourself in the final. And then as a team, and also as a coach, and also as a chairman, I'll be very happy to be in the final of Nedbank Cup.
I was about to say that answer is from the chairman.
No, of course, yeah.
Lawrence?
Coach, you obviously speak of the jungle of the NFT, and you need depth if you want to have a run to the final. You produce a lot of good players that's playing in the top flight now, but you lost David Lukele in the January window, one of your promising talents. Is it frustrating to have lost him at that stage of the season? Because we heard that there's some issues of how you lost him.
No issues. Let's clarify that. We've done a deal with Golden Arrows, a clean one for that matter. He has been transferred with our blessings. We are a team that believes in unearthing talent and giving them opportunities to play in the higher leagues. Yes, the timing was not right for us, but the boy wanted to go. I think they watched him play against Maritzburg when we beat them away, and they were very impressed, and they were in the market for a right back. So we didn't have a choice. To be honest with you, I missed him within 45 minutes of our game against Magezi. That's how frustrating it was. He's a good under-23 player, so our league requires us to have a minimum of 2 under-23. So losing him means that we need to find the balance in terms of our starting 11 versus the issue of under-23s. So it was a bit frustrating, but I think we improved going to La Masia game. We found solution. We're not gonna miss him a lot. We played well against La Masia. Unfortunate that our goal could not stand, which looked very clear to me that it's a goal. But anyway, the performance of the team is what makes me encouraged and looking forward to doing well in the remaining games of the league.
Okay.
All right. Maybe if you can just sort out, is the issue here?
No.
Or is the phone?
It's phone.
problem?
It's the phone.
Okay. Let's just continue, sorry, Dodina.
Okay. Coach, Chair, just on, you've been in the NFT for some time now. In terms of your projections, would you say you overstayed your welcome there in terms of what you had planned? What were your projections initially about this? And maybe if you can touch on this current season. It comes across as one of the most competitive seasons you've had in that division in a very long time. And there's a point that you've just mentioned now of goals. I watched another game where there was a goal that was scored against this team and it didn't stand. And part of it also maybe talks to these games not being televised, because the incident that led to that goal not being televised because you don't have a conclusive visual confirmation if this was an offside or not.
Yeah, of course. I think part of me says I've overstayed, and part of me says I need to pay my school fees. I need to go through all the processes, get prepared for the higher league as I was prepared in the ABC. Taking you a bit back, JDR, when I bought the status and the SAB, we only spent one season in the SAB, we got promoted. And then, yeah, we stayed, I think, about 6 seasons in the ABC. Went to the playoffs on our 3rd year against Magezi, when Magezi was promoted. And then we came back, kept fighting. So Maccabi go into the playoffs in front of us twice. But we never lost hope. We kept fighting until we went to Cape Town. So we were promoted on our 6th year. So with the experience that I have, I'm not worried. And where we are sitting, I think it's for me, is the best position you can fight from. You know, no pressure, no one is talking about you. But when you look at the points difference, it's basically nothing. A good run of 3 games or so takes us back in contention for promotion. This is a season that I feel we need to fight very hard to get promoted, and we've got the players to do so. We've got the experience to do so. I know what I have to do to get promoted, and however, it's not going to be easy. We've got very competitive teams. You've seen how close teams are. It's not by mistake. It's because teams are competitive. Teams have prepared. They've got the right squad. You know, you've got your Tucks who normally does very well second round. You know, they've picked up. You've got your Orbit that has done very well. Must give them credit. New boys in the league have done well. Magezi, Clinton Larsen is doing very well in the league. Coach Dendens is also doing very well. You know, and that it's only a benefit that PSL as a whole derives from us in the lower league. You wish that one day this league can be better sponsored. You wish that corporate can invest in this league, because this is where you get your talent. I mean, just now the coach of TS Galaxy was talking about NFT players that is now doing well with them. You know, so it tells you we also need to give attention to this league, because it's feeding South Africa as a whole. You know, Munapule Saleng comes from us. You know, he was doing well last season. So I think you wish one day corporate does well for football as a whole. You know, I know football as a sport is previously disadvantaged, but it shouldn't stay like that. And this is a plea to corporate. You know, PSL are doing very well, taking care of us the best way they can, but corporate needs to do more for us, and not only for NFT, even grassroots. You know, if we want to be a strong African country in football, we need to take care of our grassroots football. And I think financially we are not. You know, we're not taking care of what is happening down there, and we've got the talent. I hope we can improve in that.
There was that other question of what about these other unfortunate issues that are happening in the league? And to be fair, if you look this season, the league and the broadcaster have tried to televise more matches, but they're not going to televise all the matches. But we find that some of the things that are coming from the games that are not televised, they happen and be unfortunate, and also we've just been a victim to some of them.
No, of course, but if you go back to my history in football, you've never heard me crying about referees, and I'm not going to start today. Yes, we will mention one or two things, but I'm not going to cry about referees. You never know on a particular game whether the referee is not fit enough, maybe he didn't see what you are fighting about. So to make any conclusive conclusion about incidents it would be unfair for me to do that. You know, what we need to do as a team is to improve and see how best we can win games with that in place, because mistakes are going to be there. I think the game you are referring to is a game that happened in Baroque. I think there was a similar goal that was scored there for Platinum City Rovers. I think that was a clear goal from where we're sitting, you know, and what the man saw on the day, you never know. So I don't want to. It's not even a question of not wanting to be in trouble. I don't want to rely too much on that. I want to play football, continue to play beautiful football, and one day I'll get promoted, as I have been. I think I'm sitting in front of you, fighting to be the only one to have done so, to have promoted a team from SAB to DSTV. And I'll do that. I don't know when, but I'll do that. I'll eventually promote, and maybe that's when I'll become a chairman proper and sit and lie a coach.
Okay, Kamo, I've noted, Jabulo. If we've got time, I'll come to you, Lavmo.
And Masiara
Masiara.
Coach, I just want to find out from you, according to you, does the competition come at the right time? Because it comes at a time whereby my colleague has already alluded into saying it's very competitive this season, and there was a time where previous seasons you were also top of the league for a long time trying to fight for promotion. So at this point in time as well, the competitiveness of the league as well is that intense whereby you're trying to fight for promotion. So according to you, where things stand right now, would you say that the competition that is comes at a time where maybe it might not be pleasant to you because you're also trying to fight for promotion upwards?
I think this one came at the right time for me, because we're not doing well, and we can use it as a motivation for these boys to pick up. We need a good run in the league, and this can help us a lot. I'm saying this because I've seen when I was at training, there are those players who are on 3 yellow cards. You don't want to use them in the net bank because you have a very important game against Upington next week. But they are fighting. They want to play. You know, they want to play. So it shows that hunger for playing in the net bank might help us propel a good run in the league. So I'm not complaining. Maybe if it came when I was on top, I would say, it's coming at the wrong time. But at the moment, I think I need Nedbank more than they need me.
Okay, quick one,
my question is to the chairman. We've seen a number of teams buy their way up after struggling to gain promotion, whether it's the ABC or even in the first division. Why have you gone this approach of, despite the struggles and continuously fighting to end your promotion through the pitch? And it's still part of this question. What do you think the impact it has on our football in terms of the number of teams that are earning their way up through financial means and not necessarily what they've done as a pitch?
I think one is to know why I'm in football, you know. Why is Nemasisi in football? Is he there for profit? Because maybe someone who's sitting out there and not having a team think football has money and football doesn't. I'm in football for the love of it. I love football. I think growing up I was fighting my parents because of football, you know. So even if I had the money, I don't think I was gonna ever buy a status in the DSTV. I would use the same model. We've used it. It's a process. You are never gonna make it in one season, you know. And those that have bought teams, they need to also have the love for football. For them to survive in football, because football itself is very challenging. So if you buy it for the wrong reasons, you won't last. And I think you can go back. There are those that bought teams and who are struggling because they don't have the know-how. They do not have, as a team, I think the years that we're spending in this league, there's so much that we're learning. There's so much that we know that we should do and we should not do, you know. And like I said, it's helping us. Hence, when I came here, when it was still Glad Africa, we were never worried about relegation because we were prepared in the ABC Motsepe. We spent 6 years there getting prepared. You know, if I was promoted the first year at ABC Motsepe to Glad Africa, maybe we would have been relegated because of lack of experience. So now we are experienced, and if you look at the players that we have given to South Africa, it shows that we know what we are doing. We know the talent. I mean, I went to Messina there and fetched Mdao and brought him here. He was a winger from Benny's Care Academy, and we converted him to right back and centre mid. He can play centre mid very well. You know, you've got your Nguve, it was Kukuni. Your Nganges of this world. So we know what we are doing, and we're going to trust the process. Even if we don't get promoted this year, we'll still be here next season fighting to get to DSTV, and we'll get there at the right time.
Love More, is it a quick one? I only have 2 minutes. Can we get in the microphone? Just one question, please.
Coach, how are you?
Good evening.
I just want to ask you, being coach, chairman, and all of this, how are you juggling all these demands that come with being in that space? Because I suppose it takes so much out of you, and we've also gotten to see how much of a toll it gets to take on others, you know, that have had a similar role like yours, especially Prajay.
Yeah, Prajay, a good friend of mine. It's a senior that I look after. I hope he comes back. South Africa misses him, you know. He's someone that loves football. It's not easy to be relegated and still play in that league with the stature that Jomo has. Yeah, but coming back to myself, like I said, I'm in football because I love football. And sometimes I think generally in life, you get compromised by what you love at times, you know. But for as long as you love it, you find ways to operate within the challenges that it comes with. Yes, there are challenges that football comes with when it comes to me, but I'm able to deal with it because I've got capable people around me, capable assistants around me. And lately, after the loss of our CEO to Orbit, lately the madam at the house is more involved now. So, you know, administratively, I don't have to worry about anything. I need to worry about football and finding the players, finding the right combinations, and we can hopefully also find ways to finance our team better. I think if we can sit with a better financial position as a team, promotion will be guaranteed. You know, at times you are compromised because of that. And you see our approach it's never about big names, it's about the talent that South Africa doesn't know. You know, just this weekend we are going to unleash a boy that we took from SAB team. I was watching the final Phillies game. I think it was Rebels and which other team? That team that won. There's a boy who scored their equalizer, Rebels. I signed him on TV, you know, didn't even give him a training. I sent a contract and signed him. And he's going to do well. He loves goals. He's young. So that's what you do. Watching from home, I'm able to find talent because I know talent, you know. So I'm juggling very well, and hopefully next season I'll be a chairman proper and the coach will take over in the DSTV.